Welcome back to Poolside Games. This is Jeremy. Today we're playing Jurassic Park on the Sega CD. So sit back and enjoy the game. So if you watched my video talking about Jurassic Park, you'll know this is one of my favorite versions of Jurassic Park. It's also one of my favorite games on the Sega CD. I really like this game. It is a graphic adventure. If you guys like it too, it just starts off with some text explaining the story and what's going on. And here we go. Alright, so the first thing you do is just click on that door for the helicopter. And there's a taser inside. Just make sure you grab that. And then there's a rock here. Make sure you grab the rock. There are several rocks in the game. You need to pick all of them up to be able to finish. Okay, so I'll show you where the first key card is here. But if you don't grab it, it's not that big of a deal. Because the second key card you get really close to the beginning as well. So
Compy is one of the all-time smallest dinosaurs, about the size of a coyote, 10 pounds. Fossil footprints show that Compies traveled in big packs up to a dozen or more. Compies were as fast as coyotes, maybe 30 miles an hour. They had very sinuous bodies. They loved to move in underbrush. Compies had sharp claws, long toes. They could climb trees real well. Pack hunters usually nest in groups, so did Compies, and they would defend their nests in groups too.
Alright, there are several of these kiosks around the island, just giving you a little information about the different dinosaurs. So that's the first one. Now if we turn around, you'll see the second one. And you'll notice when we try to click on it, it comes up with an error. So the Brachiosaurus, and then it comes up and says that the CD is required. So there are several of these that need the CD to work, and we will be going and finding the CDs for each one of them. Alright, so here we are, and you can see where the key card is there. It's just stuck in there and you need a pair of pliers to get it out. But the pliers are right inside the visitor center here, so as soon as you go in, you look at this red toolbox, you'll find the pliers in there. Alright, and now we can just go back out. Oh, here's something that we can grab. We can't grab it yet. You can't get it till you get the bolt cutters later in the game. Okay, so last time when I highlighted it, it stayed white, the cursor, but you can see it goes green now, indicating we can interact with it. So just go to the pliers and you can get the key card out. So now you already have the second level key card, which is why grabbing that first key card isn't necessarily something you need to do. And if you look at the top left corner, you'll see a little like satellite dish picture. That means that there's a video message waiting for you, and you can see all the video messages in this room as well as save on the main computer.
Hi, I'm Emily Shimura. I'll be your contact on this mission, so keep an eye on your message light. It means I have new information for you. We were worried when our telemetry showed that your helicopter crashed. But as long as you're not hurt, keep going. We're pulling you out as soon as you've got at least one egg from each dinosaur species in the incubator. I'll check on you again in a couple of hours. Oh, and by the way, good luck.
So there's also two offices up here. Beyond just so the visitor center has the two offices, and then the main area that has the communication stuff. And we can get into the first office with the blue key card here. And there's a computer in here, and if you get into the computer, you can see that it shows all the different dinosaurs and where they're located on the island. But that's kind of all it does. I don't think there's any real point for this outside of that. So the blue box here, the health, anytime you're low on health, you can come back here and click on it, and it'll refill your health for you. And here is the second gun. And we will come back in here later. This is where the incubator is as well, but we don't have any eggs currently to put in there. Alright, so let's head back out into the park. Alright, so you can see there's the Triceratops, T-Rex, and Velociraptors are in this direction. And we are going to start off by going this way. You can open the Jeep up here. And then if you turn, you'll see the T-Rex. We are going to move on to the Triceratops.
Triceratops was the most dangerous plant-eating animal that ever evolved. Triceratops had very strong legs. It could accelerate in a charge right away and hit a top speed of 30 miles an hour. The Triceratops' head was huge and heavy, but perfectly balanced. It could whip its long horns in any direction. Triceratops had a strong, bony frill that protected the neck. All around the frill were sharp edges. When it swung the frill, it was a deadly weapon. Dinosaurs and birds have a lot in common. Since a lot of birds mate for life today, maybe the dinosaurs did too. Like birds today, some dinosaur parents might have been fiercely protective of their young. There are so many eggs in one nest, it looks like 2 or 3 or 4 females got together and laid in the same place.
Alright, so moving on to the actual Triceratops area. So that's the way we came from. And if you look down here at this tree, if you look anywhere else on the tree, it doesn't work. You have to look at the bottom of the tree, and then there's a branch here you can grab. And we'll come back, and I'll show you what to do with the branch in a little bit. You just have to have it. And we'll use it in just a minute. But first, we're going to come back here. And so this is one of the places you can die in the game. And if you don't time it right, you can die kind of easily. But what we're going to do is honk the horn of the Jeep. And you have to do it several times. So you keep wanting to honk to get its attention. Do it one more time. And I'll hit it and back up, and it drops a bunch of stuff. So what you have to do is grab everything, and then quickly go use the, whatever this is, the injector on the sick Triceratops, and then once that's done, the other one won't attack you. So there we go. Okay, so we picked up a crowbar in there, and the crowbar is what we need to, I thought the exit was right here. Oh, there it is. I just missed it. So the crowbar is what we need on the ground. That little box you see, you need the crowbar to get into that. So this is where we'll use the branch. So if you go and select the branch and give it to the dinosaur, now you can get to that box. And then if you select the crowbar, and you have to put it right on the lock to get it to work. There we go. Okay, so we got another key card. And now we go back this way, because now we can use the key card to get into this building here. Alright, so use the tranquilizer and take out the Dilophosauruses that are in here. Takes a couple shots on each one. Okay, so notice the live wire there, so we can't go back through the door. And here we go. Okay, so it's off, so now we can leave. And we just got what we need to get the code for that. So the key card that's in here, there's another door, but we have to come back with the wrench to turn the steam off. And here we go. So we're going to go back out. This is the way we came in. And now we have several new security cards, and we're going to go back to the visitor center now. And once we go check on stuff at the visitor center and collect some more things, we're going to go actually start collecting all the eggs. Okay, so if you turn over here and you look at the top of this box, you can examine it. And with the wire cutters, go ahead and cut the two straps. And then at the bottom, you should be able to just push it open and you'll get a motion tracker. You'll see the little circle at the bottom. It's just a little helpful. You can see dinosaurs and where they are around you. And we're going to go down to the third office, the one we haven't been to yet, the third door down here. And with our Triceratops keycard now, we can get in here. And we get our gas gun. The gas gun has the gas grenades. It's very helpful later on. Also, get in here and you can get the night vision goggles, which you will need for later in the game. And in here, you can get the sequence you need to unlock that door in the one we just saw in the Triceratops area. And hold on, we grabbed the CD. I think we grabbed the CD. I think we just need to put it in. Yeah, here it is. And you just put it into the disk drive. And you can hit reveal sequence. Okay, so there's the sequence, and just remember that, because when you go back to that area in the Triceratops area, that is the sequence to unlock that door. That second door that's behind where the steam is. Alright, so we're going to just go back in here and get health before we move on. And in here is the Brachiosaurus CD. I was like, I think it's the Brachiosaurus one. And then there is a T-Rex one as well, and that one I believe is in the where the raptors are. Or not the raptors, the Dilophosaurus. It's in the Dilophosaurus area. And so you can see in the top left corner there are some messages. So we're going to go back to the visitor center message area, whatever it is, tech room, and check on our messages before we move on.
When Dr. Sattler was on the island, she helped Dr. Harding, the veterinarian, with a sick Triceratops. He worked out a treatment for the illness and carried injectors in his Jeep. Dr. Harding also told her not to honk the Jeep horn at the Triceratops. Said it drives them nuts.
Okay, so we were already able to do that, but if we hadn't done that, that's helpful. And sometimes some of the messages and some of the kiosks about the dinosaurs give you information that helps you as you try to progress through the game. And if you notice the counter in the top corner, as you move from place to place, that will drop in time. So those 12 hours are not real time, because like as you go from the visitor center, you'll see it'll drop quite a bit as you go to the next area. So it was at 9 hours and 36 minutes, and now it's at It just went down by 10 minutes.
Galleys are the fastest dinos on the island, up to 50 miles an hour, and one of the smartest. Galleys had front claws like grizzly bears, long and straight, great digging tools. Galleys could dig prey out of their burrows, and they could use their claws to dig very deep nests. Galleys had a stiff torso, stiff tail, like a T-Rex. They couldn't maneuver in dense forest. Galleys could attack you with the long reach of their forepaws, and they could kick you with their hind feet, too. There are some modern bird species that try to sneak their eggs into another mother's nest. If the mother detects these sneaky eggs, she can roll them out of her nest, and that could have happened with the dinos. The animal with the best poison delivery system is the spitting cobra. Could some dinosaurs spit? Could be. Fossil footprints show that dilopes hunted in pairs, top speed about 35 miles an hour. Dilopes had big crests on their head, and maybe they had crests along the neck too, like a lot of birds and lizards do. Neck crests can be a warning. Birds and lizards flare their crests when they're about to attack. Dilopes had bodies built like compies, long, flexible, great for swimming.
All right, so now we're going to continue on into the Gallimimus area. And as soon as it loads up, there's two Gallimimus right in front of you, and you're going to go ahead and take the tranquilizer and shoot them. Okay, tranquilize one, tranquilize both. Grab the eggs and the rock, and then move on deeper into their area. Okay, so there's two at this area too, but don't tranquilize them. There's a log on the left. Go ahead and push that down, and they'll be scared and run off. Grab the eggs, and if you come over here, you can use the wire cutters on this rope. And you grab a wrench, and you're going to want to use the wrench right here on this grate, and then you don't need to go in there, just open it up. Okay, so if you just look straight ahead, you'll get some more eggs. And then the path is actually blocked by that Gallimimus. It's right here where you're supposed to go. So just shoot the frog with the taser. Gallimimus will eat it and run off, and then it opens up the path for you. Okay, so there's a big log here. Just push it out of the way. You can grab the bolt cutters that are behind it and use the wrench to open here. That's the other side of that tunnel we opened earlier. There's one more egg in here to grab. Now you can tranquilize the Gallimimus that are here, but don't worry about it. They'll hit you, you'll lose a couple of health, but it's fine. Here as well, make sure you can grab the eggs if you want. You'll get hit, I don't usually worry too much about being hit here. You get hit once or twice, but you shouldn't lose that much health. So we'll come back to that log in just a minute. But first, we're going to head back toward the visitor center and then up toward the beach. Now once you start collecting eggs, you don't want to have them away from the nest before you get them into the incubator too long. but we do have time to do something up here real quick before we go put all the eggs we've collected into the incubator. So we're using the CD we collected so the kiosk will work. Make sure that you do this and then that you run the kiosk all the way to the end.
Brachiosaurs are really loud. They have an echo chamber built in their snout where their nostrils are, and when they blow noise through there, the sound is tremendous. Brachiosaurus was the biggest dinosaur, up to 40 tons in weight. That's as heavy as 10 elephants or 5 school buses, and Brax would go 100 feet long nose to tail. This is the slowest dinosaur in the park, 20 miles per hour tops, as fast as the average human. Now, Brax can rear up on their strong hind legs to reach high in the trees. Brax feet are really compact, so they can get bogged down in mud. It slows them down. Brax have weak teeth, blunt claws, and a small tail, but they can crush you flat under their huge feet. Brax chewed leaves with their stomach stones, and you could hear a constant rumble of digestion noises. Baby crocs and gators have a special alarm call that makes the parents come running. Maybe Brachiosaurus had a similar system.
All right, so you can see why it needed to go all the way through to the end. So when you leave, you will see, eventually, there it is, a nest. So go ahead and grab the eggs out of that nest as well. And then we are moving back to the visitor center. Okay, first of all, we're going to head over and drop off the eggs at the incubator, which is in the second room here. Just go straight on through the door. And the first time you come in, you're going to need the key card. So use the key card to activate the incubator, and then after that you can just click the load eggs. And we have two different kinds of dinosaurs now. Lots of Gallimimus eggs. All those eggs we collected in that area were all Gallimimus. And then the Brachiosaur. So make sure you fill up your health. Double check. I was like, I think I got everything in here. And as you can see in the top left corner, once again, there is a message. So we're going to head back over to the communication center and see what messages we have. I'm pretty sure one of them will be for the incubator, but I think the incubator message pops up after you go into the incubator area for the first time. So
the evacuated workers claim that the bridge into the Dilophosaurus territory was never finished. The big storm washed several trees into the stream, creating natural bridges. Do what you can to steady the driftwood before you try and cross the river. Okay? Bad news. We've picked up a blip moving toward the park. We don't know who it is, but it looks suspicious. San Jose Airport security caught someone trying to sneak out through the perimeter fence. Someone paid him $500 to tape a little box to the helicopter you flew to the park. It must have been an explosive. That's why you crashed. And now an unidentified aircraft is moving toward the island. This is serious. Don't waste any time. We have to get those eggs off the island as soon as possible. I'll call back as soon as we know more. Me again. Make sure you move the eggs quickly to the incubator. The longer an egg is away from its nest, the colder it gets. If it gets too cold, the baby dinosaur can die. The incubator keeps the baby alive until you're ready to leave. Got it?
Okay, now that we've checked those, we are going to head back out and go over to where the Dilophosaurs are, but it's through the Gallimimus area, so we're going to head back toward the Gallimimus area. But first, if you remember that box to the right up here that I showed you before, that I said you need the bolt cutters for, so we can get into it now that we have the bolt cutters. And it's more ammo for the tranquilizer gun, so just grab that. Okay, so like I said, back toward the Gallimimus area. And that log I said we'd come back to, that leads to the Dilophosaur area. So go ahead and just take a rock, one of the rocks we've collected, and stick it there. And then you can cross. Now, there are a lot of Dilophosaurs. I don't ever bother shooting any of them. I will turn... There are eggs and a CD in here. Now those eggs are Compy eggs, not the Dilophosaurus eggs. Grab the gas can, turn to the boat. You have to hold down the button to continue to get gas up the boat all the way, then use it. And then when you get up the river, grab the eggs that are there. There's a health kit, use the health kit, refill up the boat, and get out of there. So as I said, you can sit and tranquilize all the Dilophosaurs if you want, but I found it easier to just kind of move quickly through the area and get back to the visitor center. And so we are just heading back up toward the incubator because we collected 2 different styles of eggs. So we need to drop these off, and we'll have then at that point 4 different dinosaur types. And there you go. So we are now have 4 of the 7 types of eggs. I don't think it matters how many of each one you have. You just have to have at least 1 of each species. Yeah, like I said, just keep refilling your health each time you come in here. If you need to, you can just keep doing it. Okay, I'm going to come in and save the game real quick before we move on. Okay, so before we move on, there is one more thing I want to show you guys since we're in here. And you have to wait till you get the Tyrannosaurus CD to do this. So it's kind of a secret thing. But if you take that CD and you go down to the last door, okay, and if you see, the gas gun, see there's only 2 ammo for it. If you take the CD and you put it on top of that, like, it looks like the key swipe for the door you can't get into, you'll hear a beep. And then when you come back in here, there are all the gas ammo you want. Actually, it's all you want, but you can only carry 50 at a time. So just keep clicking on it until it beeps at you to stop. And then there you go, 50 ammo for the gas gun. Very nice, very helpful as we progress through the game. There is one other kind of fun little thing that I know about in this game, and I'll show you that at the very end. So, once again, as we come up here to the crossroads, we have collected everything if you turn to the left. So we're going to go to the right and collect the eggs from over here now. Okay, so we're going to take the bolt cutters and go into the T-Rex area. So it just opens up into this area. There's not a whole lot here. Nice looking waterfall, drainage area that you can't get into right now, the path to get back out, and this door. So you're going to want to use the key card on this door, and then you're going to want to get your tranquilizer ready.
Initiated. Door will open in 30 seconds.
Oh, I didn't put the CD in the kiosk. If you put the CD in the kiosk, it kind of tells you what to do. But you kind of want to just shoot the dinosaur right next to its eye, just below it here. And just keep shooting him until the door opens. And once the door opens, switch over to the gas gun and hit him 2 gas shots. So normally if you don't get the extra gas gun ammo, that's all you can do with it. Okay, so come into here and you want to quickly take out the Dilophosaurs that are in here. Push the button on the left, and then there'll be another Dilophosaurus. And if you don't do this quick enough, the T-Rex will show up again and eat you. So you want to kind of move through that quickly. And then here, once again, if you don't move quick, the T-Rex will show up and eat you. So grab the eggs. There's something called a bear horn, I think it is, that you want to grab, and then start hitting the open button, and it will continue to attack the grate, and it will allow the grate to open all the way. And then switch over to the bear horn and hit it. Now this only works once, so if you try to use it and then do the grate, you can do that, but then you're stuck. You can't ever get them to back away so you can get in here. Okay, so take out the Dilophosauruses again, and then you have to open up now the right one, go through there. And this will take you back out by where you first started, where the waterfall is and all of that. And leave. There we are. We're done with the T-Rex area. You can die fairly easy in the T-Rex area if you don't do everything quick enough. Because the T-Rex obviously kills you in, one bite. So we're going to go grab the egg in the Triceratops area real quick, and then we'll take both eggs back with us to the visitor center, because we have time to get both of them, because this one doesn't take long to grab. Okay, it's a lot easier with the gas gun. And then you can't get through that door yet, but with the wrench you can come over here and turn the valve right here, and that will turn off the steam. But if you go over to the door, you still can't go through it, so you got to come over here and input that code that we got. There we go. Heard the beep, and now you can get through. Okay, so there's another rock. Make sure you grab it. Go to the tranquilizer. And here, there are Gallimimus trying to steal the egg. Now, if you shoot one of the Gallimimus so that the Triceratops isn't being distracted anymore, she will charge you. So make sure you wait until one of them has the egg, like there. Shoot it, it'll drop the egg. Grab the egg and then get out of there. If you hang out too long, again, it can charge you, and once it charges, you'll die. Alright, we just have to head back to the visitor center once again to drop these off in the incubator. I don't know, I'm running out of things to talk to you guys about while I'm wandering around, because we've gone through this so many times now. And there you go. We have 2 more types of eggs. And all we have left to grab are the velociraptors. I don't know, that came out funny. I know what velociraptors, that's just... So we're going to go back over to the communication room, and we have a couple of messages to listen to. Or a message, I don't know how many are in there at this point.
More bad news. We've got positive ID on that aircraft. It's a helicopter registered to Biosyn Corporation. Those are the guys who hired Nedry to steal the dinosaur DNA from the island. And it looks like they're trying again. We're getting some interference.
Hello, nice of you to join me. I represent... Well, I guess it doesn't matter who I represent now, does it? Our people will arrive on the island in 3 hours. And we're after the same thing you are, so just stay in the visitor center. Should only take us about 30 minutes to complete our work. We don't want to hurt you, but if you get between us and those dinosaur eggs, well, I couldn't guarantee your safety. Just leave the eggs alone and stay out of our way.
We're losing it. We found another helicopter to pick you up, but Biosyn got to that one too. There's nothing else that can reach you before they get there. You're stranded. Okay. We know that Biosyn's chopper will be landing in the next few hours. Collect as many of the eggs as you can before they show up. I'll try to arrange some sort of a backup transport. Hang in there.
Alright, so just one more egg to go grab. So, in the velociraptor area, when we get over there, one thing that I found like one of the hardest things in the game for me is, of all the rocks I said that you have to collect, we've been collecting, there's 5 of them in the game. We've collected 3, we've used 1. You use 4 of them in the raptor area, and one of them is right outside of where they're in some caves. And one of them you'll see is really easy to grab when we get up to the velociraptors. And then the other one is inside of the cave and is really hard to see. And I think one of the hardest things for me to do when I played was to find... You can get some more compies here if you want. Scare the compies off, then you can get in there.
The velociraptor family has many species, all deadly. The one on the island is a giant called Utah raptor. Utah raptor was fast, up to 40 miles per hour, and a tremendous jumper. Utah raptor was a kickboxing dinosaur with razor-sharp claws on the front paw and back paw. Raptors had huge brains, and they would work together in packs in hunting and for protecting their young. Utahraptor had large eyes, effective vision. Both eyes and ears faced forward so it could see and hear in stereo. Many smart predators today use burrows or caves to raise their young. Leopards do that, so do hyenas. Raptors were by far the smartest dinosaur predators, and if there were caves around, they'd take advantage of them for raising their young. Raptors were so smart that if they were alive in a zoo today, they would learn to recognize tools and weapons.
But anyway, as I was saying, you'll see as we come up here, there's a rock right here. And it's right... So there it is. You use 2 rocks outside here to knock these down. Now, as soon as we go in, we're going to turn to the right, and there's a set of stairs. And right at the base of the stairs on the left-hand side is the last rock, and it can be really difficult to find. It's right there. So you have to grab it before you go up the stairs, and you got to move pretty quick, because otherwise the velociraptor will attack you and you'll die. So. But yeah, I found that rock really hard to find, so. And then throw the last 2 rocks in here. Grab the car, turn to the left real quick. And this is the other area that all the extra gas ammo helps out a lot. So just go through, knock out the raptors really quick, then turn and use the key card, and then it takes like 30 seconds or something for this to open. So just keep using the gas grenades and keep all of the raptors knocked out. Oh, I missed it. I don't think I hit it. So as I said, trying to keep all the raptors knocked out.
15 seconds.
This is possible with the tranquilizer, it's just a lot easier with the gas gun ammo.
5 seconds. Door is opening now.
There we go. Okay, so take out him and move forward. It's just one raptor you have to take out, move forward, and then this is where you grab the raptor eggs. There they are. And we come back and we used the wrench. I actually don't remember what you used here. The crowbar? There we go. Use the crowbar. And we're out. And we're back where the kiosk was for the velociraptors. And, why won't it let me select the road? Oh, there it goes. Alright, and then we take the... Oh, I forgot to do this. I was going to show you guys this.
Tyrannosaurus rex had the strongest bite of any meat eater. Its forehead was 4 feet wide. T-Rex had a double-jointed jaw. It could open its mouth so wide it could swallow an entire Guernsey cow. T-Rex had armor-piercing teeth. It could crack a Triceratops' neck in one bite. T-Rex could charge at 37 miles an hour, faster than the fastest rhinoceros. The eyes in T-Rex faced directly forward. It had great depth perception. Ears were good too, but it couldn't hear the high frequencies. T-Rex had a pecking spot right on the cheekbone where they'd try to bite or scratch in ritual combat. If you had a T-Rex you wanted to control, if you hit it real hard on the pecking spot, you might subdue it.
So there he was talking about where to hit him, and I said in the right under the eye there. So it does help to watch that. I just went in there all because I knew what to do, and it was like, oh wait, I didn't watch the kiosk. But I think you have now seen all of the kiosks. I think I've run all of them. Alright, over to the incubator one last time. Drop off the eggs. There we are. So we now have all of the 7 types of dinosaur eggs. And I don't need any health. We are going to go grab more gas grenade ammo though, or gas gun ammo. So if the Triceratops charges you, that'll kill you in one hit. If the T-Rex attacks you, that'll kill you in one hit. The Velociraptor can hit you twice. So if you get hit one time, you'll survive it. You just can't get hit twice. So there are a couple of places where you can lose health. And there are a couple places where if you get hit, you just die instantly. So... And as you can see, we have another message, and we're just about done with everything, so it should be 1 or 2, I think it's just 1 left that we need to listen to. And then we have to figure out how to get off the island.
Biosyn's almost there. They've got some kind of a jammer on board, so this is the last message I'll be able to send you for a while. We found your transportation, sort of. Biosyn's a lot more interested in grabbing DNA than they are in hunting you. As soon as they touch down, they'll be moving fast, looking for eggs. If you're quick, you might be able to slip past them and take their helicopter. I'd love to see their faces when they see their ride lifting off without you.
Alright, so that is the last message. We're going to go ahead and save the game again before we move on. So you'll see the helicopter up here as we go through the gate. There it is. And it is actually going to land in the Gallimimus area, so we're going to head that direction. So turn and trank this Gallimimus, then go through. And they are on the next screen. And there's two at the start, and it's really easy to take them down. You can do this with the tranquilizer again, but it is a lot easier with the gas gun. So just every time they pop up, shoot them. Okay, then turn around, and there's a guy in the river here, and you have to tranquilize him. The gas gun will not work on him. There we go, switch back to the gas gun. And there's one last guy here that we have to take out. There we go. And that is it. We are leaving the island.
I knew you could do it. If anyone could get those eggs away from Biosyn, you were the one. Congratulations. I'll see you when you get back. And thanks.
Alright, well that is it. Jurassic Park on the Sega CD. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really like this game. I always have a lot of fun playing through it. I did say there was one more thing I wanted to show you, and I'm going to show you that now. Alright, and we are back at the Visitor Center. And if you go up the stairs, and yeah, this isn't at the end. I recorded this early on, but it works whenever. Alright, now, here's one of the big rocks on the computer. Yeah, so something else that I thought was just kind of fun. Just thought I'd show you guys. Alright, again, hope you guys enjoyed the video.